Hey guys, Rip the Rage here. Hope you're having a fantastic day, and welcome back to Libertad. As you can see, I got my haircut. So today I was out and about, got barber, got haircut, and I also picked up Fallout 4. So Fallout 4 may be returning to the channel. No promises, but they do have mod support on console now for PlayStation. They now have mod support. Anyway, but this is not a Fallout 4 video. This is a To Libertad video. So here we go. We're back in the forest with Ada and Martha. Yeah, Ada and Martha, that's their names. Alright. At first we remained vigilant. The goblins could show up at any moment, after all, and we didn't want to let our guard down too soon. But as soon as the sun continued to rise and the goblins' advantage, their excellent night vision vanished, we at last allowed ourselves time to relax. Damn abs! I still can't get over how fucking fit she is. Great. Phew, much better. Nothing like a bath after working up a sweat. Martha in a bath. Now that kind of video, you perverts, get out of the gutter. Yes, you might be right. Though I'd rather a proper night of rest myself. She's getting a wee bit Irish. I fucking up these voices every time I record this. Phone's in half. Shut up, phone. We can rest when we reach Libertad. As long as we're in this forest, a good night's sleep is a luxury we cannot afford. Yes, I suppose so. I sighed in resignation as I discarded the idea of a proper rest. Having been on the run since the moment I decided to escape my captors, I was more exhausted than I let on. Killing a man, being pursued by slavers, chased by goblins, denied rest. Yesterday was a hard day for me, and a bath wouldn't help me in the slightest. Oh, cheer up. What kind of woman doesn't enjoy a nice long bath? Even if it's just a dip in a spring, there are many who are denied even that pleasure. Enjoy yourself, Ada. Understood. I continued to wash away the filth from my body as Martha spoke. While Martha had immersed her body in the water without hesitation, I cleaned myself off carefully, one limb at a time, trying my best to remain dressed. As a result, I took much longer to complete my bath than Martha, though, judging by the look on her face, my time was not wasted. Yeah, I like the noise in the background. If you listen. Yeah, it's got like a water thing going on. I like that. Because it's like other scenes were way too quiet and they had like, not a lot of like ambient sound. So let's hear. Though judging by the look on her face, my time was not wasted. Yep. Whoa, you clean up surprisingly well, Ada, and now it's becoming that kind of video. Get ready for the fanfic, boys. You're actually quite the beauty. You should have no trouble landing a man when we reach Libertad. No, that is not my intention. Right now, finding a husband is the last thing on my mind. Oh, I bet it is. Oh? You're more ambitious than that, aren't you? Good for you. While I won't condemn a happily married housewife, I know better than anyone how joyous it is to be free. I shook my head at Martha's assumption. That's not it either. Then what? You aren't interested in men? Oh? Martha's words drifted off as she saw the contorted expression on my face. Contorted, so basically just like this, just... Was that good? Or maybe we're like this? There you go, nailed it. Thumbnail. No. From the way her eyes and mouth opened wide, I knew that she had already figured out the in her line of thought. Or the I should say, the Jackass. Nonetheless, I felt compelled to share with her the truth. When I was a free woman, I was just as interested in men as any other woman of age. Furthermore, because of my pleasing appearance, I was fancied by many a man. Gifts were a welcome splendor, and even if I didn't return their affection, praise was abundant. But when I was taken captive, my appearance became nothing but a curse. Wow. I held my torso in my arms and shivered as I thought back to my time in captivity. This is getting dark. Well, it's a fucking game about slavery. Of course it's gonna be dark. There is nothing desirable about being an attractive slave. Not a damn thing. And those men, the things they would do to the captive women, especially those they found attractive. I don't think I could ever go back to thinking positively of them ever again. Martha looked at me with an expression of both sorrow and remorse. What started off as a compliment ended with the invoking of memories best forgotten. Even if she didn't know what life as a female slave was like, Martha felt obvious guilt for her careless words. I apologize, Ada. I did not mean to bring such unpleasant memories. No, it's fine. I know you meant well. I forced a smile onto my face as I tried to think of another topic. Thankfully, with Martha now clean and still dripping wet from her bath. I'm gonna do fromage. My recourse was obvious. You know, Martha, you have quite a pleasing face yourself. Pardon? Your face and your body too, for that matter. You're quite a beautiful woman, Martha. Surely you jest. I understand your desire to return a compliment, but I am under no illusion when it comes to my own appearance. Don't put yourself down, Martha. You're a lovely lady. I'd hit that. I'd hit that about as hard as you hit those goblins, man. No joke. Fit bitches. So nice. Sorry. Sometimes you just say things and you can't believe you said that thing. Anyway, I am a muscular beast of a woman. I am completely fine with that. Me too. I am fine with you being a beast. A beast, you say? I smiled wryly as Martha's unexpected body issues came to light. Anyway, enough jabber. We ought to be heading off. Do you feel rested? Are you prepared to leave? Oh, yes. I'm ready whenever you are. Where is it? It's gone. What is? My coin purse. I must have dropped it when we were being chased by those goblins. I cannot say I am surprised that chase was indeed intense. Still, a coin purse is a small price to pay for our lives. Seemingly unaware of how much money was lost, or what my loss meant, Martha laughed as she puffed out her chest. Yes, but, Martha, don't you realize what this means? Those coins were all I had. I have nothing else with which to pay you. Oh, that's what you're worried about. Forget the pocket change. I'm getting us to Libertad, with or without your coin. I stared at Martha in amazement as she casually brushed off her lost payment. Good guy, Martha. Or good girl, Martha. That sounds condescending. Ugh. Forget I said anything. Contrary to the impression she gave off during our first meeting, Martha was surprisingly kind, and she seemed to be less interested in the material possessions than I would have thought. As far as saviors were concerned, I couldn't have been more fortunate. I could also speak a little better. That would be nice. You know, Martha, you really are a good person. More compliments. If I have no interest in your coin, what makes you think I desire your words of praise? Oh, come on. Just accept my thanks already. What is it this time? The coin purse. You don't suppose those goblins stopped chasing us because they found it, did you? Or do you? Martha raised one eyebrow and stared at me in confusion. That many goblins, after losing so many of their comrades, coming to a halt because of a single coin purse? I think not. Stupid though they may be, goblins still value a hot meal of flesh and bone over a shiny piece of metal. Although... She finished speaking, Martha began to trail off. She placed her hand below her chin and tilted her head, immersing herself in thought. Yes, quite, yes. Strange. If not for your coin purse, then why did the goblins halt their advance? Maybe they realized that they were no match for you. Or they might have decided to feast on their comrades instead of us. Ha! Cannibalistic goblins, you say? I wouldn't be surprised. I certainly did kill enough of them for a feast. Well, no matter, we escaped. That's all that... Oh, what the fuck was that? Okay, so shit's happening. Shit's happening. That was my beast voice. 10 10. Gogeta! Martha. And holy shit. That's what we call... I don't even know what to call that. That's some sort of abomination. Seeing Martha's petrified face, I turned to face the ferocious sound originating from behind me. Standing at almost 3 times Martha's height was an ogre. This freaking music, though, I like it. It's intense. Yeah, it's an ogre. That slipped my mind as to what it was called. The disgusting creature was covered in muscle from head to toe, and in one hand it held the mangled corpse of a hobgoblin. Its terrifying roar, an assertion of its dominion, froze Martha in place as she gazed at its horrible visage. Visage? Visage? No. Martha had not expected to see an ogre here. She was confident that we would encounter only a few goblins, not an army of goblins, and certainly not an ogre. Ada! Run away! Martha finally came to her senses, but by the time she screamed my name, it was too late. Gazing upon the figure which frightened even Martha, I was frozen. My mind slowed to a halt, and I couldn't move a muscle. Every fiber of my being was telling me to run away. The few neurons still firing in my brain all commanded me to escape. Neurons? Wait. Neurons? That kind of breaks the writing, because I'm going to save that for the end. Let's continue. I'll save my criticism for the end. But I couldn't do it. My mind had shut down. My body threatened to collapse. In the face of such tremendous strength, I could do nothing but give up hope. I had finally met my end. Damn it, Ada! Snap out of it! I told you to get to Libertad, didn't I? Martha screamed as she ran over to my side. Smack it. Sometimes you gotta smack a bitch. The ogre, which had been sizing me up, moved at the same time, tossing aside its decayed prey and settling on yours truly. They both encroached upon me at the same time, engaging in a race with nothing but my life on the line. And the one to finish first was Martha. Damn it, Ada. Live! A split second before the ogre could take hold of me, Martha rammed into me with all of her might. The ogre narrowly missed the two of us, and the shock from the sudden impact finally brought me back to reality. I jumped straight to my feet and ran away as quickly as I could, not even taking the time to thank Martha or scream her name. Just you and me now, you ugly freak. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's keep this for close encounters. A Modern Warfare reference. Without giving Martha time to think, the ogre made the first move. It swung its massive arm from the sides, wiping at its prey with great strength. Wait, I thought it said it tossed the prey aside. Look at this. Look at the art. It's still got the hobgoblin in its hand. Martha raised her shield to defend against the slow but powerful strike. She took the blow head-on and immediately regretted doing so. Martha's shield was obliterated in a single strike, and Martha herself was launched back several meters. Though she landed on her feet, Martha was afforded no time to collect her thoughts. The ogre came charging, seizing upon its rattled prey. Damn it, how am I supposed to fight something like this? Is escape my only option? Briefly, the thought of withdrawing flashed in Martha's mind. This is clearly not an opponent she could take down alone, and even if she did, doing so would accomplish nothing. The moment she thought about doing so, however, a sharp pain flared up in her chest. No, I can't run away now. If I do, this ogre will continue to kill innocent passerbys till the end of its days. I must slay it now. Even if I stand no chance, I will fight to the death with honor. I will bring honor. Okay. The ogre balled up both of its fists and swung from overhead. Martha quickly avoided the sluggish, flashy attack and ran around the ogre, making her way to its rear. She slashed at the ogre's legs frantically, landing as many hits as she could before the ogre turned around to swat her away. Bastard! The ogre chuckled in response to Martha's assault. Her sword bounced off its tough, armor-like skin every time she attacked. Not a single cut remained, no matter how many times she slashed. This isn't good. My attacks aren't having any effect at all. If I'm going to damage this thing, my only shot is a powerful stab, piercing one of its weak points. On a beast like this, where could I even... While nimbly dodging another overhead strike, Martha realized what she needed to do. She jumped onto one of the ogre's massive arms and began to run up its body. Once she neared its shoulder, Martha leaped towards the ogre's head, aiming the tip of her blade for its eyeball. Yeah! At the last second, the ogre moved its head to the side, causing the blade to narrowly avoid its eye and instead skim across its cheek. The attack managed to draw a few drops of pus-like blood from the ogre's face, where the skin was shallow, but no real harm was done. In a matter of minutes, its face would heal, and Martha would be right back where she started. Damn, the ogre can move its head around too quickly. I need to halt its movement before I can get a clean shot. Martha glanced over the ogre once more, looking for another point of weakness. After quickly analyzing the possible areas of attack, Martha soon settled on a particular limb which the ogre couldn't move quickly without throwing itself off balance. If I can pierce the back of its knee, I should be able to deal some lasting damage and stop it from moving around so much. This won't be easy, but right now it's my only shot. Martha charged forward in an arc, trying to run around the side of the ogre. Amused, the ogre paid her little concern. It watched her run by turning its head, not even going to the trouble of moving the rest of its body. Martha thanked her fortune for the ogre's conceit and placed herself in position. She held her blade perpendicular to its body and lunged forward, throwing all of her weight and strength into her thrust, not lust. Wow, lust, yeah. It's not that kind of game, guys, seriously. The sword moved swiftly, piercing the air effortlessly as the ogre's fleshy thigh inched closer. Martha's blade was moving faster than she thought possible, encroaching upon her target with inhumane speed she never thought herself capable of. And by the time she figured out why, it was already far too late. The ogre swung its leg back, swatting away Martha's sword and sending the swordswoman herself flying. So Oh, I thought I said so. Excuse me. Soon halted, Martha's body slammed against a giant rock. All of the air in her lungs escaped at once, and her eyes shot wide open. Martha desperately tried to move, but her body had already suffered enough. She was in shock, and her limbs would no longer respond to her command. And of course, the ogre did not fail to take notice of this. Panic set in as the ogre turned around and looked Martha dead in the eye. Bereft of her sword and shield, unable to dodge, Martha couldn't afford to take another hit, especially not from an opponent many times her size. This fact only made the ogre all more bloodthirsty. The ogre lined up its fist, preparing to finish off Martha once and for all. So it was impossible for me after all, huh? I should have known I couldn't do this alone, not after what had happened last time. Last time? My friends and I could not prevail when we fought together. It made me think I could even stand a chance all by myself. Thinking about it logically, there's no other way this could have ended. Martha closed her eyes. She accepted her fate and no longer possessed the will to defy it. She would die at the hands of an ogre, just like the companions she left behind. Even with her eyes closed, Martha flinched and instinctively turned away as the ogre let out an aggravated groan. The time of her death was nigh, and all she could do was brace herself for the imminent impact. Huh? Huh? Martha slowly opened her eyes as a confused groan leaked out of the ogre's mouth. She followed the ogre's gaze and looked out towards its feet, when she saw a sight that defied all expectations. Martha! Ada? Martha doubted her eyes as she set her sights on yours truly. I stood at the ogre's feet, wielding the knight's blade which Martha gave to me. Get away from Martha, you disgusting beast! With great difficulty I held the blade over my head and swung it down on the ogre's foot. The blade, swung with far less might than Martha's, bounced off the ogre's thick hide without leaving so much as a scratch. Again I swung my weapon, this time from the side. Unfortunately, the result was no different. The blade was repelled, as though the ogre's skin was made of rubber. My strength was not enough to even tickle the beast, let alone slay it. Amused by the pathetic attempt, the ogre turned to face me head-on. I quickly ran away, dragging the knight's blade along the ground beside me for the first few meters before casting it aside. The ogre stopped in its tracks. It seemed perplexed by the decision to cast aside my weapon and momentarily halted its advance. Martha, on the other hand, understood my intention perfectly. You floundering idiot! The ogre raised its arms up high, intent on slamming both of its clenched, boulder-like fists into the ground and smashing me into paste. And yet, in the face of this clear danger, I could do nothing but smile. Yeah! While I distracted the ogre, Martha picked up her blade and sprinted full speed into the back of the ogre's right knee. She pierced the shallow flesh and cut in the ogre's muscle and bone, slicing apart every vein and ligament she could find. The ogre roared in pain. In a pained yet angry manner, it fell onto its hands and knees, at which point it turned its ugly head towards Martha, just in time to watch her gouge out its eyeball. Ew. Die, die, you monster! For every human life you have taken, endure 1,000 years of hellfire! Martha's getting into it. Before the ogre could lift an arm in self-defense, Martha repeatedly stabbed in the inside of the ogre's empty eye socket. She worked herself into a frenzy as she hacked away at the inside of its skull, carving out chunks of the ogre's brain. Ooh. The ogre attempted to swat Martha away, but in doing so it lost balance and fell to the ground, giving Martha time to cut the beast one last time. Martha severed one of the tendons in the ogre's neck by cutting downward through its head. Ew. And at last she leaped from the mighty creature's corpse. Take that, you son of a... Venture's hard work, man. Need something to drink. Oh! I ship it so hard! Look at this, it's so cute! This is the kind of art that I love in a game. This is what I loved about Sophia Tears. Sophia Tears had those really adorable, like, separate scene moments where it just had this different angle. It was so cute. It's so cute. Look at Ava's face and Martha's sleeping. Oh, it's so cute. By the time Martha awoke, many hours had passed. She had fallen into a deep sleep brought on by both fatigue and injury. Martha had pushed her body past its limits, and a good rest was exactly what she needed. Yeah. Alright, well, since Martha's asleep and everything is calmed down, we're going on about 20 minutes of recording. So, I think we're going to leave it here. We'll go ahead and save it over my previous one, right? And we will be done. Oh, I like the theme here. It's so gentle. It's like this, it's something you would expect on Little House on the Prairie or something. But yeah, that was good. Oh my god, that was exciting. I like that one. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I was trying to get into it and I was trying to read accurately and try and describe things. See, that's one problem that visual novels have is if you don't show the action clearly or have enough sound effects to help it along, you really have to use your imagination. But if you pay attention, you can really see it because I was seeing that in my head as I was reading it. I was seeing these different angles and whatnot, and it's just great. Yeah, I did have one complaint though. Like she said something about her neurons. My nose is today. She said something about her neurons, and I'm sitting here like, how do you know about neurons? You're in an age of slavery and swordsmanship. How the fuck do your people have such medical scientists to know about neurons in the brain and atoms and shit? I mean, yeah, you can see an atom with a microscope. A microscope was invented like a long time ago, but still. I don't know. That and the goblin was still in the ogre's hand, but they said he tossed it aside, which is... I don't know if he forgot to edit that out, or the dev was just lazy and decided not to make separate art. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not a game creator, so I don't really have a right to judge too harshly. But this is a free game, so, you know. Anyway, that's it for another episode of To Libertad. I hope you guys enjoyed. I sure as hell did. That NC was so adorable. That is it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, then do the usual. Like, subscribe, check my streams, comment what your favorite thing is about this game series. Mine is the relationship that's obviously developing between Ada and Martha. They're going to end up getting to Libertad. I'm calling this now. Hear me now, quote me later. They're going to get to Libertad, and then Martha's going to have nowhere to go because she's just an adventurer, and Ada's going to be, like, setting up this new life, and Martha's going to come along for the ride, and they're going to live happily ever after. I'm calling it now. Anyway... I will see you guys in the next video. Reap the Rager, signing off.